We back at it again, me and Dooley with another grade A review. As you know, Euphoria season 2 just ended
Mm,
tonight. We are on it
mm.
because we are dedicated.
And yo,
So, what you
I have to say, man.
thoughts?
No. I was gonna say, man. What's it called? This definitely took me back to high school a little bit, and I want to say that Zendaya is like in a new. I want to say she's in a new tier of acting now. Honestly,
Oh yeah,
we was talking about Tom Holland after like the Spider-Man movie and the Uncharted review and all that, and we were like, yo, like they're like in a pretty much a new ballpark. Like, are these the next guys type of shit? And I think Zendaya solidified herself after like Malcolm and Marie a little bit to me. Like she really got into that dark bag, and now after Euphoria, after this like latest episode, is like her range is really crazy. I just want to start by appreciating
oh
her.
yeah.
But it was an epic fucking finale. But yeah, go
I,
ahead.
I think this the scene that really got me was like when her and Lexi were like talking about like her dad's
Mm,
like that, and the way it like flipped to the end of the play. I was like, that is such great ass camera work. So I love that. That shit was great. That was a good ass
yeah,
scene as
yeah. The
well.
editing was something else, bro. The cinematography, yeah, that was. It's kind of lethally good. It's
Yeah.
like they could make a bad story look good. Like I don't know.
Damn. Where do we get with this last episode? I almost turned my TV
So
off.
they built.
I almost turned my TV off.
Why?
When I was
Why?
so mad, like, just swear to God, if you kill Fez, I'll break this shit right now. Don't you kill this
So-
man?
yeah, that was really interesting how the season started with the focus on Fez and like his backstory and then his whole fight with Nate, and then it ends with like another like a shift back to the focus on him and Ash
Mm,
again. And I thought it was gonna be a real intricate like back and forth, like figure it out if he's a rat or something like that. That dude that came over, but bro, he killed him, and then next thing you know, police is swarming the house, and then my man gets shot, and then son, my man's Ash goes out like Scarface. Like
yeah.
this was a. I wish he had more screen time. Honestly, I
Screen
wish Ash
time.
was more part of the
You're
story.
just some damn
Yeah,
lines.
yeah,
He didn't say
yeah,
shit, son.
yeah. I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool how like he was the silent type. I thought he was like that just made him more mysterious. He'd be like eating his fruit snacks and playing video games and then just having a gun on the side or something. I'm like, dude, don't fuck
Gangster.
with this kid, man.
He's
He's
like I think
something
in real life he's
else.
like a boxer or something like that. He's like a real like crazy athlete.
Yeah, like a fighter or something like that. Yeah, I saw like a lot of videos of him doing like a bunch of athletic shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, don't fuck with this kid.
Yeah.
It was Ash was something else. I just thought I also liked Fez's like relationship with Lexi, like how
uh
they kind of developed that a little bit more.
I want that shit to
You didn't
work.
like that?
No, it's one
You
I
didn't care?
wanted. I just like want it to work out so bad, and it just don't. I'm like, God damn it, son. This, like,
Yo, like what's a cop? What are the cops swarming Fez's house for? Like, what kind of cops are swarming a high school drug dealer like this? Like, they had to set up a
well,
sting
no,
operation. Did that
they
make you think?
heard that they found Moose's body or Mouse's body,
Mm,
and I guess old boy told him like told the cops it was like yeah it was him, so he was like
mm,
the bug. He was trying to like get him to admit it, and then after I guess
and was trying
Iraq went in, I was like yo send it in.
to. I like how Ash do it from the jump too. He's like, I'm gonna sit right here with this knife. Is he just sitting funny? I'm like, this guy got like a spider sense or
Yeah,
something. He just knows what it is or something. It was it was crazy, man. But the whole season was a lot of things happened this season, but everything was leading up to this big play,
yeah.
and it's like a reflection of like how your status is felt in high school, like how everything just seems so much more visceral, like everything seems like so much more lethal, like your status and everything like that matters to you so much more. Like, do you recall being popular in high school? And then if you say yes or no, did it even matter?
No, I
No.
don't.
But
I
it
didn't
felt
know what
like the end of
popular
the
was. I
world.
was like, I have friends, so I'm not a loser, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
Everyone kind of felt like we fell in the middle at Potomac, right?
yeah.
Nobody really considered themselves popular. As everyone was whatever.
I can't really I can't really put a pulse on like Euphoria as like a series because like if you remember like the first season, right? It always seemed like shit was gonna turn up. Like don't forget like that man Maddie, Maddie and Nate. They they framed that dude. They framed that white dude and sent him to jail. And there were like really no repercussions for like doing that. Like, literally, like there's
Yeah.
zero. And then I always
Yeah.
thought it was gonna go like more serious, and it didn't. And then this season, I was like, we got deaths. This is dying.
Yeah.
Cal got arrested.
It didn't. Yeah, yeah. It didn't. In ways, it didn't have the same like I guess intensity as season one, where like everything was like yeah, Nate abusing fucking Maddie and stuff, and like slamming her against the wall, and like you said, dude, there was a scene when the black dude that was dating Cassie got like raped or something like in
Yeah,
front of her. Like
that I didn't know what to think
yeah,
about either.
there's
Because like, did something happen? Did they just like beat him? What happened? And then even
no.
online, there's like no one had a clear picture. And I was like, yeah, what's going on? He wasn't even in this season. So like
No,
episode one, right?
yeah, just in the first episode because he was with Cassie. But like you're right. Like as far as like the intensity, as far as like what was really gonna go crazy this season, we didn't see much of it, but the moments we did was so elevated, and I think it was like such a shock to your senses, like seeing Rue like run away and cuss out her family and everything
Oh,
like that. Like that like I said, she's in another tier of acting. I think
yeah.
like everyone unanimously thinks like yo she needs an Oscar or something like that or whatever Grammy. I don't know.
It's
I
Grammy.
don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't ever know. I always get the wrong.
For that episode,
Like,
people
I
were
have
like
to stand it.
really going like they're going for her because they're like that's exactly like what like how the draws are, and like for her to like pick up on that and like have never gone through a draws but can act like she is like insane. They're really praising her for that episode.
Yeah, like she was catching her breath, like she couldn't even finish her words. She was like, you left me," and like she like, she like her voice would break in the middle of it. And I was like, son, I might tear up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is getting really intense. Like this is getting like really, really intense for me. Like I'm getting like I'm not gonna lie to you, like the first few episodes of this season, she was the least interesting character to me, to
Mm.
be honest with you, Rue. Like I was really kind of like, it's so boring to watch a drug user just get high all day. Like this isn't anything. This is just you just like lounging around. And maybe that was the point they were aiming at. Like,
Mm.
look how useless you look. Like that fucking that one cigarette commercial where that person is like melted on the couch and shit or something like that. Like it's
She
like
don't do nothing now.
that that's what I felt like from her. Like it was interesting. But I wanna touch on like how all the characters kind of changed this season to you. I thought was really interesting.
Mm.
Like the whole play was kind of showing you, not even showing you, it was trying to show you what everyone came from. But this season, like they say, like your growth is rooted in your change. So like if we start from like Cassie, and she was like this super submissive girl in the first season, and now she becomes like this super obsessive, like this is my way, you want to be like me, like you always lived in my shadow type of girl. Like
Oh, she's going
it's
in.
really interesting what they did this season. Like I don't know. And was you team Cassie or Maddie?
I was seeing Maddie. What are you talking about?
Come on,
I
son.
was
Come
seeing
on, son.
Maddie.
You know what time it is.
Like she didn't. Like she was crazy, but like she didn't go. Like she didn't really do nothing to nobody this season. Like she was just,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I think her and Kat had like the most like boring stories this season. Like Kat was going through a whole thing last season, and then it just kind of regressed back to like um whatever, like bland Cat again. I don't know what the hell what
Yeah.
they're doing with her character development, but like I would like to see more. Like you can't just do this and be like, we'll bring it back down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was like they couldn't share so much screen time. I was hearing some rumors that like the actor for Nate Jacobs wasn't getting along with like the actors for like Maddie and Zendaya and stuff like that.
That's
Something
weird.
like that. I was hearing like rumors about that.
She dated
So I
him.
don't know if that had to. Yeah, so like I don't know if that had to play with like what was going on in the show, but you're right. Like with Kat, honestly, I hated her story from the first one, but at least it was somewhat
It was
interesting.
interesting. Yeah.
And then this season she had to find a reason to break up, so she like gaslit what's his name into being like, "Do you want to break up with me?" Is that what like that was funny. I thought that was
Shit.
as she made him kind of do that or whatever. But and then what's his name? The new guy, the Spanish dude or
I
something,
can't forget.
Elliot.
Elliot, there you go.
Elliot. He was pointless to me too. He was the most pointless kid. Like, the show didn't need him at all. To be honest, I didn't have an issue with him, but it was like, what was the point of his character really? Like, what did his season arc do? What did
I
we need
guess
him for? Like, how did you push the story?
I guess it kind of showed it in a way like Rue is like the person that like just ODs with drugs, and Elliot's like, yo, I do drugs, but I can also like function. Like I'm a drug addict, but I'm not
Yeah.
like a wild ass drug addict. I can't function or anything like that. I guess they're just trying to show different stages of it. I don't know. That's what I took from it, and they might
Yeah.
not have been like even thinking of that, but that's what I took from it.
I thought it was cool. I mean, then even when they in the play when like Lexi and Rue are like smoking weed for the first time, and how like Rue kind of get hooks onto the drugs from that moment when her dad died. So it's like, okay, you see exactly how the influence started. She's doing it to cope with their bad thoughts, but for Lexi, it's bringing the bad thoughts to her.
Yeah,
Like it's doing the opposite effect for her. And then that was kind of like where they diverged from being like close friends. And that actually happens more than you think. Like you do enter high school and even sometimes leave high school and like just end up on different paths because
yeah.
that's what it is no matter how close you are. So I thought that was a cool theme to put in that shit. What's it called? Did you I want to I have to touch on it, man. I'm sorry. You know, he's my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna say Nate Jacobs, my favorite character now, honestly. Like he's he's the boy. I have to say it. Like
Yo, I,
tell me you didn't like him. Tell me you didn't like him. He was good.
no, I mean, he plays like the good villain. Like everybody likes a good villain, you know. Like I don't know. I like someone got to stop. I remember watching the first season. I was like, yo, who is this kid? I'm like, he's beating this like college man's ass for
Yeah.
fucking his ass. Like, someone got to stop him. Someone got to put a stop to him.
Yeah.
And then when he like told his dad like, yeah, I used to have nightmares of you raping me. I'm like, what the fuck? Why?
No, dude, that's to me.
Why?
To me, like when they showed that scene, bro, like in the play when they started with like all like the super like homophobic stuff, pretty much that
Mhm.
like a lot of the stuff he's doing can come off like real sus, and like even the people in the audience is just finding it hilarious or whatever because it's like the most popular guy is kind of getting embarrassed now and stuff. I just thought this season, like I swear, after he got his ass beat by Fez the first episode, he just became a cool character to me. And to me, it's like the Jamie Lannister syndrome where like he's a piece of shit. And then you finally find some like redeeming qualities because this season you kind of went into his backstory and his dad's backstory, better yet. Like, so he said it in this episode. He's like, I spent my whole life trying to protect you and you resented me. And I'm not going to just let you walk away. Like you was literally raping and being a pedophile like all these years. And you had this videotape. Like, of course, this made me a dark ass person. And I'm more turned on by power over people than like liking them in any way. I'm not even capable of like giving people the feelings they want from me. And those are the things I was picking up from him. So then when he's like when he's first dealing with Cassie and you think this is like a drunk fling and it turns into like he actually does care about it. He can see a life with her where Maddie wasn't that girl for him, the quality he's into her for. But then he's also conscious of like, we can't let her find out because she might really kill you and she has dirt on me. So like, how are we gonna play this and shit? And he's still kind of being careful about that. It was those moments where I'm like, son, Nate Jacobs, he kind of fired, dog. Like he's he kind of changed to me. Like, am I really alone in that thought? Like, I
Yeah.
really felt bad for him this season. Like, I really was like,
First of
he's
all,
the
he needed
boy.
to get his
Like,
ass beat. Absolutely. I'm
he
glad
did.
Fez go
He
whoop that
did.
man's ass. And I'm glad he was never the same after that ass whooping. Shout out to that. He needed that ass whooping. But I don't really think like he's still a good guy. Like just because like you went through shit don't give you the right to act a certain way. Like you don't get the
I
right to do
mean,
that. Because your life was bad, I mean you gotta be like, yo, fuck this motherfucker. I had a bad childhood, you know? Fuck
yeah,
you.
no.
That's like
You're
literally
responsible.
TV
You're
television
right.
bully.
No, it's true. You're responsible for your own trauma. Like you're responsible for like how you deal with your trauma. Like you can't control what you went through, but like you are responsible for learning how to cope with it and making sure it doesn't inflict others. But that was his problem. Like he didn't know. He didn't really know what an idea of love is. If your mom is like being cheated on and your dad is like
Mom was wild.
raping children pretty much, and like it's insane to you. So your
Was he
whole
whipping
idea of
children?
love,
I
like,
thought it was just Jules.
well, Jules is a fucking high schooler. Jules
No,
like
I know.
15,
Was it
16,
more
so.
than like one? I thought it was just Jules. That was the only child.
I mean, I don't know. I thought it was multiple kids. I thought that was the theme of it because obviously that wouldn't be his first attack. I think that was just the way to introduce it.
I thought it
And
was
then
just all
even that
hookers.
in that moment, I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know. You could be right, but even in that, like the scene when they showed. Do you remember the scene in the play when like they showed Jules like behind his head and she was like holding him? That was really creepy. Like when she's staring into the mirror, just holding Nate Jacobs' head or something. I don't know why it just threw me off, but it was like that's showing you how confused he is about his own sexuality. It's showing you that like he's imagining his dad raping him. He's imagining all these other
that
things
shit
that's
was
fucked him up. He don't
wild.
know how to cope with nothing. It was that to me, just like honestly, even if you don't like him, his scenes on the show were the most interesting. Like the scene when he goes to Maddie's house with the gun
Yeah,
and like
he's a
yo,
wild boy.
this was a dark character.
He's a
Like
wild boy. So,
this
yeah,
was
like
cool.
I don't like him, but like I mean that also shows like to him like he's a good actor. I don't like him, but it's because he's a good villain.
Like uh I can understand that. I mean, I can understand not maybe someone not being likable because they have so many bad qualities from the first season. You're like, yo, fuck this guy or whatever. But like I said, I feel like this season he humbled himself. He toned it down. But yeah, I mean, I
He
had to
toned
get
it
that off about
down.
Nate Jacobs, man. I'm
He
sorry.
toned
I
it
had,
down.
I had to get it off because I'm like, son, like it was interesting. I do wish also that Maddie had more screen time. Like
Yeah,
I thought they were kind of hyping up the fight between her and Cassie and didn't do it. So
I thought they were gonna lead to something with her and the babysitter.
oh yeah.
I didn't know what really. I mean, I didn't really see the point of any Maddie scenes for real.
I think what the babysitter scenes was probably trying to tell her like I lived the exact life you lived, and like I know you see yourself as me, so this might really be the type of person you'll grow up to be. Like, understand that like fucking some like I've been the other girl that's fucked my best friend's guy and shit
Mm.
like that. Just know that this shit isn't inevitable. I think it was kind of like I think the theme of the show is that everything seems so final in high school, like
Oh
everything
yeah,
seems so real to you, and like that was the thing to her. She's like, yo, I really am fantasizing about killing this person. And from what you've seen in the show, bro, that's not too far off the mark. Like things get
yeah.
things can really happen here.
She really
So,
slammed her head against the fucking brick wall. That shit was crazy.
like slapped her on stage. I was rooting for her when she ran on stage. Like, oh no, this bitch needs to go. I'm like, get her ass, get her ass. I'm kind of tired of Cassie now. Like, nah. That whole scene in the play when like everything was going to shit allegedly. I was really like nervous at first. You know how you get like
I got
secondhand
secondhand
embarrassment when
embarrassment,
you're
son.
watching a show.
Yeah, I started looking on my phone. And I was like, God damn it, it's so hard to watch.
but it turned out actually okay because
Yeah,
like the more it progressed and like the more like the mom came on stage, I'm like, oh wow, like it's not actually ruining the show. I think it was the fact that the audience was like applauding it as it going on. So I'm like, yeah, Lexi might feel embarrassed, but this is actually good. Like then this is turning out for the better, honestly. So I don't know. I really thought it played out well. I feel like I'm rambling
I
on
gotta
this
bring up
shit, but
some.
yeah.
As good as this show this season was, there are some plot holes. I got some questions about.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
shoot, man. Let me know.
I think everyone has the same one. Like in the first episode, you see like Maddie going up the steps, and there's more than like two kids. Like there's a baby. Like we never got like the answer. Like, yo, whose kid is that? Everyone thought it was Ash, but like I guess we'll never know now. I mean, it's dead. And then
Wait, what baby in Rue's house or in Fez's
no.
house?
In Nate's house, there's a photo. It's a family photo, and it's
Mm.
Nate, his brother. There's another kid, like a baby.
Oh, I didn't even peep that actually. I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't remember that. That went over my head. Damn. Yeah, you lost me. Sorry. I definitely missed that one. Sorry, I lost that one.
And then in this
Oh,
season,
what?
in Maddie's room, there's a little sign in the back that says "Smile, you on camera," and everyone's like, so they're like, she get that on like camera? Like when Nate came in her room and was like, put the gun to his head, like
Yeah. 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 I hope that comes to fruition if you say that. Like, what was the point? What was the point of her holding the secret for it to just be stolen back? Like what was the point of her holding that disc? Like, I don't. Even in that, I thought that was going to be the way to like expose Nate. Like, we haven't really seen Nate go down bad other than him getting beat up, right? So like, I did kind of was anticipating him
Cassie.
getting a little bit more karma than that. Like, come on, son. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
so
I told you everything be
so there was
going up,
that.
and they don't use it.
Yeah, and I think it might have to do with like some of the casting problems. Like I said, I heard about that. Like I was talking to my girl about it, and she was just saying like, I was reading that there was some issues with the casting and stuff like that. But like, even if you looked at everybody, I think it was just a way to like break down the character's reaction to everything, like during the play, like how you saw how Cassie's like in denial when she first sees her character like
Mhm.
come to the stage, and then Maddie's kind of like, is that me? Man, that's fucking me. Are you kidding me? And then Rue is looking at it like, oh, that's me. That's funny. Like, you see how everyone had like a different thought to it. Nate sees it, clenches his fist, and it's like, damn, your image matters so much, doesn't it? Like, so some people got to storm out. Some people got to walk on stage. Some people got to, like, it's just, it was just so cool how they played that up. I'm glad that the play was like fun to watch, for real, for real.
Yeah.
In high school, got that money.
That's a hard thing to pull off too. Like, yo, you're already watching a show, now you're watching the characters watch a show.
Yeah,
That's a
and
pretty hard
they
thing to
made it
pull
fun.
off. Yeah, they made it fun too. Yeah.
And that shit looked like it took, like, I'm like, son, what high school got this kind of budget? Because my high school did not have money for a play that intricate, so that looked hard as fuck to do. Like,
That high school,
no.
High School Musical, motherfuckers was this cafeteria in general was wild as shit. But but
What do you?
but,
What do you? No. What do you think about people being like uncomfortable by this show because it deals with kids, like, or high schoolers? Like, I've seen people share this sentiment where they don't like watching the show because it has to deal with like high schoolers essentially.
did no one watch
I don't know
like
why.
Skins or Degrassi?
Yeah,
Like,
I watched Skins. I didn't watch Degrassi, but I watched Skins.
I,
Yeah.
to them,
The movie Kids. Have you seen that?
what is it?
Kids. Have you seen the movie Kids? Have you ever seen that?
No, what is that?
Oh no. I mean, it's just like that, but it was like
Okay.
about like yeah, it was like about like a dude that had a fucking, or no, a girl got like AIDS or something like that from a dude, and he was like about to go fuck another girl. So the whole movie's about like drugs, and this kid is
No,
like just out here spreading this shit right now. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. It was a movie Kids, but and it was like Paula Patton in it. It's like her first movie. So
no. But to people
but
who have
yeah,
a
I
problem,
mean,
I'm like, son, like this has been going on. Like, yeah, people act like high school isn't real. Like that shit does happen in high school. And it's not like they're
yeah,
kid actors. Like they're actual adults that look like they could be
yeah,
teenagers. Some of them, Maddie, like she's like
yeah.
at least 26.
Oh my
But
god, son.
we have
She's
Degrassi.
my
Degrassi
age.
been
I
on
don't
for
care.
years, and like I guess people had a problem with Degrassi at one point. Then you also have Skins. Like I don't see a problem with it. Like it's real life TV.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to show you the realness of it, bro. Like we all went through high school. That's when your life changes. That's when you lose your virginity. That's when you try drugs. That's when like
It's the
things
first for
happen to you.
everything.
Your body's technically changes. Like it's so pivotal in your life. And I don't ever try to downplay it. Like I do recognize that, yeah, you're not going to be friends with a lot of people you are from high school, but I'm lucky in that sense. I have a lot of friends from high school. I knew you from high school.
All of our
Like,
friends from high school.
you know
Literally all our
that.
friends
So
from high
like,
school.
exactly. So it's like you do lose connections, but you keep them. But I don't ever downplay the impact that high school had. That's kind of the shaping of your identity in so many ways. And
Mm,
maybe we didn't have it to the degree that the show did, where like
like anybody does
people
for real.
dying. I guess
That shit was
like
crazy.
yeah. Pedophilia and all that stuff, but like we heard crazy shit, we
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
shit going on too. Like, so we've heard people leave the school and all this stuff, getting chased out. Like we've seen the fights and all that stuff. So it's like I feel like it's good to not have a sitcom idea of high school no more, like a kid show
Yes.
that's actually made for adults. Like it's good to like literally see like, oh, I'm late for class. Like, no, there's more shit that goes on outside. like I need to see what's really going on. Like, what there's people lives out here. There's people that are like literally dealing with real trauma and shit like that. And it was dark. And the fact that this show is like touching on all the high school shows we used to see was in the past few years, in the last decade. Now we're in the social media age. So like Cat Story is all about like fucking OnlyFans and shit like that. So it's like it's kind of cool to see an adult kid show, if that makes sense. Like
Dealing
that
with
actually
like
touches on the
yeah,
new age gen shit. So I don't
makes
know.
sense. I don't have a problem with it. Like I love to see it. I love to see actual real life things portrayed on TV. Like
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, and it fucking took 3 years for us to get a season 2, so that's kind of the
Oh,
most
for
depressing thing
what?
about this show ending. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, looking at the cinematography, maybe I could see that's probably what they spend half the time on. It probably took like a
True.
month to write the plot, and then and then boom, like we got to spend this much time filming it because I don't know what it is, but
I'm
They
kind
do
of
something correct.
scared for season 3. Like honestly, like Rue. I said last. So in season 1, we saw her relapse, and then in season 2, she went through it super bad. And then at the end, she was like, "Yeah, I stayed sober for like the rest of the school year." She's doing good. I don't want a season 3, and she goes back down the hole. I'm like, son, just be sober. Like, just be like, let this be the end. Be good. That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking. But also, like, son, I really want more. I got find out what happened to Fez. What happened to the lady with the drugs? There's so many like different like questions that need
things is happening.
answers. But at the same time, I just
Yeah.
want Rue, like, son, just be good. Just behave, please.
I I'm curious if they could like even take it out of high school and take it to college, like, and I don't know if that's
Yeah.
like a Saved by the Bell college years thing, but like we can see we can kind of see like they always say like growth is like rooted in change. So I don't want to see Rue freaking relapse again. Like I
Yeah.
hated that the show started like that, and I was so like I said earlier, I was kind of bored by her arc from the jump. Like I was like, man, why is everyone else's story more interesting? So I am curious on everything like everything changes from middle school to high school. From high school to college, it's even more real. Now you're learning how to live on your own. So like to see the life changes implemented in such a dark and realistic way in a TV show, it's like, man, I can relate to so much that's happening in here, even though it might not have happened to me directly,
Mm.
obviously, but it's like I can just relate to it. I can see it. Also, this show is like all white people in it, so definitely can't fucking relate to that shit. I don't know where they're seeing all this money like kids
What are
in
you talking about? It's only
school. I'm
one
like,
white
damn it.
person. Yeah,
Son, they're
two,
all
three,
white. What do you
three.
mean? They're all white. Aren't they like
Who?
all white? Like Kat and Maddie and what's it called?
They're all Hispanic. What are you
Um,
talking about? Kat is
son, I
Hispanic.
swear there was
Maddie's
all white.
Hispanic.
Nate,
I think
Cassie's not white.
you thought Kat's
Cassie's white. Cassie's
maybe. I
white.
don't
Lexi
know.
white. I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
either. I
I know Nate
don't
Jacobs is white. I know that.
know. Nate Jacobs, yeah,
I
I
know
can figure
Nate
that one
Jacobs
out.
is white. That's all I know. And Fezco and Ash. That's all I know.
Oh, I did really like the also just one side. I like the her sponsor, the Muslim guy.
Oh yeah.
How
Ali.
she like I did like him. I like how he really took it to heart what she said to him, which is like, you're gonna hit me. And then he was like, I'm only gonna come over if I cook for you. Like I thought that was real sweet. I thought that was cool. Like he's just a kind of a caretaker
Yeah,
dude.
he's
And
just been a real dick, but it was like real tough love.
yeah,
Real like
he
super
told
tough love.
you peep how the mom put on her makeup when he came over. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
look
was
at
like,
you trying to
oh.
get dolled up. I see you bad as shit though. But she was like, you go in there too. Like I know you was cleaning her up. Like I know what it is. Like well, I'm gonna handle the kitchen. I thought those like all of these moments in the show just made it so brilliant. Like it's not like they did something explosive, but it was just like the little nuanced touches they did with these characters where I'm like, wow, like I'm locked in.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. So I only pray right now is please don't make us wait another 3 years for the next
Yeah.
season.
Just like go ahead and start fucking shooting that shit right now.
Yeah,
It already got renewed for
like,
season 3, so we know it's coming. But
give it one or two more seasons, and then we can. I don't think shows should go over the story arc.
yeah,
Like
I also
keep
give
it
it
to
one
one
more
or more two
season. Like
seasons.
I don't want to see them in college. The show only continues to get good if like they all go to the same college. That's not
Mm.
very like that's not gonna happen. Like
Yeah, it's
that's
not,
not gonna
not
happen.
even a lot of them might even go to college. Maybe that could be a thing in itself.
Yeah,
Like, maybe people don't end up doing it. Like, we don't even know what's going to happen with Nate's story. Like, he wanted to protect his dad so he could have that real estate business, and now he just ratted on his dad. So it's like,
that drunk gone. That drunk gone.
like,
I don't know what's gonna happen to that
I
man.
don't know.
Also, he pulled up with a
I don't know.
gun. I thought he was gonna kill this man.
Yeah, me too.
Like he was,
He
he
just likes
loaded
carrying
that
it.
shit too. All bullets, all six shoots.
Yeah. Yo, how many times this man be? Yo, where do they live? Where you could just be speeding in a car and drinking a beer and loading up your gun and just not get caught? Like, where do you get this done at? Like, I don't know
It gotta
where
be
they
California
live.
because there are like bad mountains. I was drinking Budweiser. I assume it's some lower part of California.
Yeah, and you swear this kid is like in his mid-20s because the way he be acting, I'm like, there's no way this kid is 17 or 16, just like fucking about to pull up to his dad and shit. And he has this real like menacing moment. Even when he hugged his dad, it's like he's about to do something crazy. I don't know. I can't tell, but he did something, I guess, noble.
Noble.
Like he did that shit.
It wasn't even because he wanted his it's not because he wanted his dad to get caught. He's just like, son, you don't deserve to be happy. You don't deserve to be happier. You leave me. That's not what's up.
Would you do that in his position? Would you rat on your dad
Absolutely.
if he had the same dirt?
Absolutely, son. My son, you gonna embarrass me and then like you gonna leave my like our family and you happier? Fuck no, you don't gonna be
Yeah.
happy. Fuck that. If
You're
I'm
still your
miserable, you
dad.
gotta be way worse.
And you pissed on my floor before you left,
You
you piece
pissed
of
on my
shit. Yeah.
floor, so
Like, get out of here with that.
you're going
No, I mean
crazy.
that is interesting. I think that's too dark of a thing to let my dad get away with. It's like,
Yeah, you're not getting away,
nah,
son.
bro, this is
Absolutely
this
not.
is this is too much. But it was, like I said, that's still the most interesting story. I don't know what's to come out of that. I hope Nate does redeem. Fuck his little brother, most pointless ass character. I
His
don't know
older
why they
brother,
put him. Get him the fuck out of here. But yeah, I mean that's really all I had to touch on the show mainly. Like I said, I hope we don't have to wait much longer for the next season, and I
yeah,
hope they don't overextend the show, which I doubt. They haven't missed a beat. There wasn't one boring episode this season either.
that's
So
very true. I think they know what they're gonna do with the story. I think they have a
yeah,
good timeline how they want it to end. So
yeah.
hopefully they won't,
Fuck this up.
yeah,
Yeah,
milk
or
the shit
cancel this.
with fucking. There's no way in hell it's getting canceled. But Zendaya and Drake are both executive producers. There's no way it's
Yeah.
getting canceled.
Yeah, shout out to Zendaya, man. You deserve everything. Honestly, you in a new tier of actresses now. Like,
But yeah,
I just want to see you win, and you and Tom Holland is a real superpower couple now because y'all are legit. Son. I love it. I'm that sap that's happy for a celebrity couple right now. Like, I've never felt like this, but I'm like
what a
so impressed
loser,
by both
God.
actor and actor. Like, I know, I just want them to win. Just their goals. Like, it's like, chat.
But
No, they're cool.
all right, y'all. Let us know what you got. Well, let us know what you thought down in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.